starting your journey to financial freedom. Now. You're listening to the New Investor Podcast.
This is the Young Investor for the New Investor Podcast, and what a day. Each of the major averages have lost about 3%, and my portfolio as well. So we're back to the levels of 2 days ago, and we also gave back all of the advances we had accumulated only yesterday. So these are the rules of the game that we are to accept as investors. Now, there is much more uncertainty looming, as there is way too much happening in the news outside of the United States at the moment, which could actually find their way into affecting the US economy at one point and bring it on the path of a recession. So now would be a good time actually to reach a deal with China as to calm everything down, which I believe has still very high chances of happening, as President Trump is up for re-election soon, and you do not want to be a candidate who triggered a recession. So we also know that such turmoil on the market are good for the major investors who can be unleashed to go shopping and thank Trump later for making them wealthier with their votes once he simply takes the decision to work harder to revert it all to normal. But I have a feeling that I will be historically correct with this. So if they will go shopping, I will go shopping as well, and I did yesterday. Within the temporary chaos, I found an opportunity to acquire more of my second favorite stock, Bank of America, which allowed me to pull the average of my lot for the company substantially down and increase further my dividends. So on such days, you can only be thankful that you had cash on the side or parked into another stock so that you can afford to do that. So I'm quite satisfied with the price I paid for Bank of America yesterday, even if it has still high chances of going down further. I had a fair price in mind, and the price was hit yesterday. Sure, it can go down another $2 or more, so what? To me, it doesn't matter. So this is my own move, good or bad. I will take the full credit if it goes both ways anyways. So I believe it is important to remain confident in your investing decisions. We are not gambling. We're fortunate enough to have the opportunity to buy pieces of wonderful businesses. So there is no way for any of us to predict how stock prices will fluctuate. But what is real is that you are becoming, through these moves, one of the owners of that business. So that is real, and I think it is fantastic. While I can't advise you directly on your investing strategy or which stocks you are to buy, what I will maintain is that it is a must to have one rather than none at all, as it changed my whole perspective on life and what I am now able to accomplish. So formulating your own strategy will require some efforts and study. I have a feeling that there are not much people out there who are actually interested in learning investing basics or starting that self-learning process, as it requires actual work. They prefer to get there quick, as we all know. So people seem more interested in knowing the morning routine of billionaires, thinking that this is what actually makes them successful. I have seen videos out there telling people to wake up at 4:30 a.m. To do what exactly if you have no plan or no purpose? So doing foundational work is highly practical, and it is not based on theories but rather on action. Every discovery you will make that will get you closer to your goal will be born out of your own research. And I will be posting much more on my Instagram about strategy or tactics, hoping that it will be as useful as they were for me on your journey to financial freedom. So my next milestone is $100,000 of portfolio value. When I will reach this objective this year or in January, I would have doubled my net worth in a year, exactly because of that, exactly because of foundational work that I was willing to put in. So I read my book again recently, Becoming an Investor, the next 100 days, and so much has already changed since day 100. Now we keep learning, and it is only through that process that we keep on building wealth, and it is actually directly proportionate with your self-development. So be well and stay invested even through dark periods on the markets. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and I really hope that it brings you some additional support on your own journey towards financial freedom. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss an episode, and looking forward to your DM and follow on Instagram at New Investor Podcast. In the meantime, stay invested, be patient, and keep playing the long-term game.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.